afternoon, everybody. Welcome. I'm Anna, and this is Annie. Bear with me while I introduce myself, and then I'll introduce Annie in a second. I'm Anna. I'm a designer. I trained in textile design, and I've expanded into graphics and surface patterns since I have graduated. A while ago, I was talking to a Facebook expert about developing my business, and she suggested I started sharing my expertise with others. Now, that conversation felt a bit like being hit by a truck, as it just wasn't where my head was at. But a few months on, I had got a few courses under my belt, and now I've got a few more that I'm launching at the moment. And Annie is a friend of mine who has several ventures that she runs alongside her full-time job. She's a very good photographer as one of them. So Annie, tell us a little bit more about you and about what you do.
Thanks very much for introducing me, Anna. Hi, everyone. I'm Annie. I have been in the photography business for almost a decade now. A few years ago, though, for one reason or another, I decided to join the corporate world, and I now work full-time in HR. However, since I am a creative type, or at least that's how I like to think of myself as, I do still have a small photography side business to which I still dedicate some time to, and this is mostly focused around event photography, such as weddings and family and Christmas, and also some travel photography.
Fabulous, fabulous. So Annie, today we're going to talk a little bit about the course that you did, show a little preview of it. We'll have a few questions between us, and then I'll share about what else is coming up. So you were one of my first students, and you did my social media and time-saving tools course. Initially, it was a smaller version, but now it's a longer version. So the top 30 is what it now is, and they help you with all your social media and time management. So we're going to just watch a little preview because some of you won't be aware of what it's all about. So let's just watch that. Annie, your feedback on when you did the course was that you loved it. Can you tell me why you loved it and why did you find it so helpful?
Sure. Thanks, Anna. Great question. So it was really great to get an overview of what tools are available in order for me to help me get my content out there. Obviously, you have to have an online presence, right? If you're going to promote anything. And it can often be overwhelming with the amount of apps and tools at your disposal and not knowing which one will be fit for your own purpose. The course is a really great insight into the tried and tested tools and facilities. It's really well structured and it's compact and really, really easy to navigate. And at the end, I did feel a lot more comfortable that I knew where to go and what to do, essentially. The other thing that I find really, really helpful for me is that it has lifetime access, which means that you can, of course, go back for refresher sessions anytime you want. And actually thinking about it, this brings me to an important point, Anna. Will the course be updated regularly to keep up, with new trends and, of course, regulations?
Yes, well, this is one of the challenges I've taken on in doing online teaching, that I need to make sure that whatever I create is valid and is relevant. So I will be looking at the courses regularly to make sure they are still up to date. So Annie,
Great to hear that.
As far as you are concerned, you work full time and you have your business ventures. What's your biggest challenge in trying to juggle what you do?
Well, time, time commitment. Obviously, we can't ignore the fact that COVID has affected everything. So for a photographer, this has pretty much come to a standstill. But notwithstanding COVID, I am really looking forward to a time where things will more or less come back to normal. But in terms of the biggest challenge, time commitment is definitely the biggest one. It requires me to be extremely organized and to set my priorities right. But if the passion and creation is there, then that's the biggest driver. And as long as you have that, everything falls into place, really.
Definitely, definitely. And because the course covers time saving as well as social media, did you find those tools of help?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So in particular, with regards to the file types course, as a photographer, it's really important to know what file types to use. Is it RAW? Is it JPEG? Is it PNG? How much space do they all take? How much editing you can do with them? So it's really important. And I think this course is still available for free, right, Anna?
That's right. Yeah,
Um,
available for free.
yeah. So I would highly recommend anyone who relies on imagery to promote their products to take this free course whilst it's still available.
Yeah, well, Annie's talking about one that you may not be aware of, so let's just watch a little preview of that one. Yes, because I was finding in my creative journey that when you're working with technology, you can often come up with lots of questions. What file type do you use? Why do you use it? And I found that there are times you make the wrong decision and you can end up making irreversible mistakes. So I've just tried to explain all of that in this course and make it really practical. So whether you're a designer or not, it's still the sort of thing that will be of help for you as you're working on a digital realm. So yeah, that was that course, and we're going to chat a little bit about the last course which I am launching, and this is the intellectual property for designers and artists. Now, my journey in intellectual property started 20 years ago, so this has not been an overnight thing. And when I was asking designers and artists what sort of courses would be of interest to them, what sort of topics, and I offered all the things that I could do. And what happened was intellectual property came up as the top answer. So I started to put together the course and realized what a monster I'd taken on. So I was just like, what on earth have I done here? But then what happened was, as I went further into it, I was just like, this is not going to beat me. And I've put it together. So we're just going to watch a little bit of a preview on that for you to understand what that's all about. Yeah, and we were chatting about this earlier, weren't we, about this, the importance of intellectual property when you're a creative.
Yeah, absolutely. So I found this course really interesting. As someone who puts their content online, it's really important to be aware of what intellectual property actually means for starters,
Yeah.
and what you can do to protect your work, obviously. And I understand, Anna, there are a couple of webinars coming up in the next couple of weeks. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I'm going to be joined by other designers who've done the course, and also an intellectual property trainee solicitor who works for an intellectual property company. And we'll be chatting about the importance of knowing about IP, intellectual property, and the importance of knowing how to go about your work, creative work, with knowing those facts. So I can just show you an overview. There's going to be various options on the IP course. There's going to be a professional version, a basic version, which just covers the IP courses themselves. And then also going to be live classes. So if you'd like to learn with other people, I'm splitting those into 6 classes that you can join others with. So there's all that going on, and this is just a little bit of an overview of the costs of the courses and what the discounts are. And I'm just going to take that banner off so you can see it properly. So that's all happening, coming up shortly. And one sec, let me get so we can view us again. And I just wanted to say thank you for joining us. Annie, is there anything else you wanted to share before we go?
Just that I really enjoy the courses, and I'm very grateful for them from, from a creative point of view, but also from any kind of business owner that promotes their product or sells their products online. I would highly, highly recommend all of the courses. I'm very grateful for them. Thank you very much, and thank you for having me here today.
Oh, you're very welcome, Annie. You're very welcome. So thank you, everybody, for joining us. Just wanted to ask if you could please like, comment, and share this broadcast. Even if it's not for you, there might be other people that it's relevant for. So we're just going to say thank you for joining, and I'm just going to give you an outro before we go. Bye, everybody.